This right here is the most perfect center build for every single game mode in NBA 2K24 and really is the only center build you need. Starting us off position, obviously you're going to want to go with center. And then for the height, you're going to want to go with 7'1". In my opinion, if you want to be dominant inside the paint, play rec center and park, as well as be pretty fast, you're going to want to go 7'1". All right, now next up for the wingspan, you're going to want to go 7'11". This is max wingspan. Really the only reason to go lower is to get a higher 3-point rating, but this center build is going to be green consistently. Just believe me. And then for the weight, you're going to want to go 249. You definitely want 90 strength, and this way you can just be a little bit faster. Now before we do move forward, just please subscribe to the channel. Like, come on. Now starting things off with the finishing, you're going to be able to get a 92 stain dunk on this build, which you guys can see is going to give you gold fast switch and gold rise up, which is honestly so good. On this build right here, if you ever get the ball down low in the paint, you just hold square. You're going to be dunking it majority of the time if you're in a good position, even against tall inside center builds. And also something that's very underused is that you're able to get hop steps on this build, and since you're so tall, they're honestly so glitchy. So definitely make sure you're utilizing these and utilizing the same as well. These hop steps are especially lethal when you get this 75 driving dunk, which is really all you need for a center build like this one. Driving dunk's not super important, but it definitely makes a big difference, especially when it comes to just catching lobs and just dunking in general. Next up, you're going to get a 68 close shot, which is going to give you fearless finisher and master both on bronze. You might think this is low, but since you are so tall, it's pretty hard to contest this build. And really the only time you're taking close shots or driving layups or something like that is just when you're in a bad position and you just have to throw something up. And the rest of the time you're going to be doing a standing dunk. And that's basically how you're going to upgrade the finishing. You guys might see you're getting no post control whatsoever, but to be honest, you don't really need it on this build. You can still post score a little bit just because you are so strong, you know, just do drop steps and stuff and really just bully your way into the paint and get a standing dunk. To be honest, the finishing on this build is so good and better than most inside center builds. In my opinion, this year inside center builds are definitely pretty solid and they definitely do work, but really on this build you have to be playing with a guard that knows how to cook around the perimeter, and if you ever play with someone that wants to go to the rim, they're not going to want to play with you. So for that reason, if you're only making one center build, don't make a pure inside. It's really just not worth it. Your interior presence with this build right here is basically the exact same as all those inside center builds. All right, next up for the shooting, you're only getting a 74 3-point rating. You're also getting a 59 mid-range rating and a 56 close shot. Now this year you can still get silver catch and shoot and silver claymore, as well as a ton of other pretty decent badges. And with those badges off the catch, this build's going to be greening consistently, especially if you do know your jump shot. I'll give you guys a jump shot in a second. Now don't get me wrong, this build is not a build that's going to be running around the perimeter taking a bunch of catch and shoot shots because you only have a 74 3-point rating, but it does make it so they have to play up on you, which helps out your guards so much because they can just drive to the basket much more easily. And as well, anytime you set a screen or something, you can also do pick and pops, not just pick and rolls. So being able to green consistently is so helpful, and the fact that you only need a 74 3-point rating to green this year is kind of crazy. And what's even crazier is that it's not just 3-point shots. Like, look at that step back mid-range right there. Now if you guys are struggling to green, I have so many videos on my channel that will help you guys out, such as jump shot videos. If you guys want the jump shot I'm using, it's this jump shot here. This jump shot has a massive green window, and as well in an upcoming video I'll tell you guys like how to time this jump shot correctly in the queue and stuff like that. So you guys can basically see right here on the playmaking, we're just going to put up our pass accuracy up a little bit to a 75, and we're also going to get a 26 speed with ball. 75 pass accuracy is genuinely all you need. It's going to give you silver break starter, which is a very helpful badge, and will just allow you to throw balls down court consistently and not have them go out of bounds. Definitely you do not want to go with super low pass accuracy because your passes are just going to be very slow. When it comes to dribbling on this build, you actually can dribble a little bit, just be careful, don't get ripped. And since you're so strong, you can also just blow past people with just kind of overpowered. If you want dribble moves down the screen now. Alright, so next up is going to be defensive / rebounding. This is very important, obviously. Getting these right off, we're getting a 99 offensive rebound and an 87 defensive rebound, which is going to give us Hall of Fame box out beast and Hall of Fame rebound chaser and gold pogo stick as well. That's three very good badges. And with this Hall of Fame rebound chaser, you can genuinely just grab every single board and just throw people out of the way to get the rebounds. Genuinely on this build, you're going to be getting so many rebounds. Just press triangle. It's not that hard. Next up for the block rating, you're going to want this at a 92, and then you're also going to want a 77 interior defense. This is very important because it's going to give you gold anchor. If you guys don't know what anchor does, it basically just allows you to protect the rim, and since you're so tall with such a long wingspan, you're definitely getting a ton of blocks. And then after that, for the perimeter defense / steal, you can only upgrade one of these. In my opinion, perimeter defense is more important because this is going to give you bronze off ball pest, which makes it so you're not just going to get cut past every single possession. Now it would be nice to get steal, but to be honest, you really don't need it because you are so big. Even if you did upgrade your steal and you get like a 60 steal rating, you really should never be pressing square because the majority of the time they're just not going to give you the steal, even if you press square at the right time. So for this reason, I and a lot of other people in this game decide not to upgrade steal on their center builds, because getting 60 steal is not suddenly going to give you a bunch of plucks. When it comes to the defense on this build, obviously it's going to be pretty good. You're going to be swatting a ton of shots, and your rim protection all around is very, very solid. When it comes to perimeter defense, obviously it's not the best. If I can give you guys one tip, it's just play high and then go for a chase down block. You'll get those chase down blocks more than you think. Now anyways, for the physicals, you guys pretty much just see it on the screen right now. 60 speed's honestly not that bad. I feel like I can move around pretty easily. 90 strength, that's definitely very, very important. It gives you so many, and I mean so many badges. 75 vert will give you chase down artists as well as elite big man contacts, and then 92 stamina is pretty solid as well. And then boom, you guys see I built a glass cleaner, which kind of does make sense, but also is kind of a boring name. With that being said, that's gonna wrap it up for the video. If you did enjoy the video, please drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.